take some Tylenol after this.
All right. Dang, that sucks.
Can you just
Mhm.
send the links to everybody? We're really late.
Y- Yeah, I got you. Sorry, I'm just opening the scoreboard.
You're good. Oh, the scoreboard. I fixed it. We're good on the scoreboard. Okay. All right. We're gonna start in three, two, one. And hey, everybody! Welcome back to the pregame show. This is round number 4, where your Chicago Ravens are taking on the Atlanta Rebels for the second time this season here in Atlanta. Well, if you're just joining us and you weren't here for last night's game, it ended with some controversial situations due to outside factors, not purely because of a call, but basically because Grow Garden decided to have the biggest update of the year, it feels like, on their stuff, as I have realized that there is no um sorry. Okay. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Why clear trash. Alright. Anyways, let's talk more about the pregame show today. I'm sorry. First pitch will be at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We're in Truist Park. Uh, and let's talk about last night's game. So it was a 4-1 victory for your Chicago Ravens. They won in 9 innings. Ninja received the win. He went 3 innings, only giving up 2 hits, 0 earned runs, and 1 strikeout. The losing pitcher, Jose Altuve, went 7 strong innings, but he did give up 11 hits and let 4 runs cross the plate. He did strike out 6, however. Now he has an ERA of 5.14. And Rai Guy, who went 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, no runs, and 2 strikeouts. He received the save for the game. That was his second save of the season. Head-to-head stats for the starting pitcher. I mean, obviously Jose went longer. He did get the loss though. Ninja had had to be taken out of the game early due to some of that bat tightness. And let's talk about some of the scoring plays in the bottom of the first inning with 2 away and Ninja on second base. Leo hit a towering 2-run home run to left center field, which scored Ninja and himself. We had been talking about that all night long, saying that, he's been really struggling those first 2 games, game 1 and 2. He's been 1 for 4, 0 for 4, 0 for 5, but he also has a good third game, and on the first pitch, he uncorked one right there. In the bottom of the fifth, GoYankee added it on. He belted a solo shot, which gave the Ravens a 3-0 lead, and then in the top of the sixth, Icarus would respond with a home run to dead away center, which, I mean, it did hurt, but the Ravens still led 3-1. And in the bottom of the sixth inning, Lucy would get her third RBI double in 2 games, allowing Notre Dame to score from second base. That was also Notre Dame's, I believe, third double in 2 games as well. So in 2 games, in the span of 2 games, Lucy has 3 RBI doubles, while Notre Dame has 3 doubles of his own and scored 3 runs. He's been the RBI to all her doubles. And if we're looking in the big window, the Chicago Bats versus Atlanta pitching, they got 11 hits, 2 home runs. They scored 4 runs, struck out 6 times, walked no times. Did not ground into any double plays, thankfully, but they did leave 7 on base, and that's something they'll need to work on tonight. You're getting the base runners that you like to see. Now you just need to plate them. And they had traffic all night long. They were threatening. There was I'm pretty sure at least one base runner every single night, every single inning, excuse me, and yet they were unable to score. Now let's talk about the player of the game for the Ravens. It was Leonidas, oh captain, my captain. He went 1 for 4 at that big 2-run home run, arguably the winning run. Uh, Brought home 2 RBIs, scored once, struck out 0 times. He increased his batting average from 108 to 167. He is 1 for 1 with RISP now and has 2 RBI on the season. And let's talk about the Rebels um, offense versus our Chicago pitching. Well, they also put up 11 hits. They gave up 1 home run. They got 1 home run. That was off of Icarus. 1 run scored off of that was Icarus' solo trip. They struck out 7 times. They walked once. The first walk given up by Chicago pitching staff this season, and also grounded into 1 double play. And they also left 10 on base. And the player for the game was Icarus. The title I put was Sunshots because Bvllinger Icarus, he flew too close to the sun. He went 2 for 5 last night with one solo home run, notably the only run for the Rebels. Did strike out once, but he increases his batting yards to 417 on the season and is now 2 for 4 with the wrist and increases his RBI total to 4. So looking ahead at this head-to-head series, the Ravens lead it 1-0. Of course, tonight we'll decide the tiebreaker for this game. Last night, a 4-1 win, assisted by some lag tonight, and then in the future it'll be round 24, where the Rebels will see the Ravens again back in Chicago. That would be a 9 p.m. start. Some other notable offensive performances aside from Leo and Icarus: Notre Dame Nerd went 2 for 4, a double, and scored a run. And can't forget about Yankee, hit his first home run of this young season. Now, he went 2 for 4 last night, and one of those hits were the big solo blast. For Atlanta, it was Evercore, who came off the bench in the 7th inning, went 2 for 2 and still has 1,000 batting average here in the season. And most importantly, the player of the game for both sides, in fact, the best defensive player, and they received a gold glove for this, Grow Garden. Took away at least 7 hits and prevented Bvllinger from batting. He lagged out with the bases loaded in the 9th inning. And what happened there, Silverfish had to pinch hit, and I'm not saying Silverfish is a bad batter of any sort. I'm just saying I'd rather have Bvllinger in that situation. And look what happened. He struck out on 3 pitches. But on a more happy note, let's talk about tonight's game. Well, there should be less lag today because Grow Garden did not update today, thankfully. Your starters for today will be Leonidas, taking the bump for the Ravens. In 2 games, he has a record of 1 win and no losses, an ERA of 4.5, and has 4 strikeouts to no walks. And for the Rebels, they are putting on Eli. He pitched 1 time, recorded, I think, 1/3 of an inning, has a record of 0-0, but an ERA of 5.67. I think I forgot to change that. Yeah, I did. Well, look at me. Are you kidding me? That's horrible. Well, oh, hey, you might be right. Well, no, in fact, they are not the stats from last season. I don't know who those stats are, but last season, Eli went 4 games. He had a win-loss record of 1-0, had an ERA of 4.74, pitched 19 innings with a whip of 1.37, 19 strikeouts, 0 walks, and he faced 83 batters, only allowing 26 hits and 10 earned runs. He only had, like we said, those 4 pitching appearances. So, don't mind that. And Leonidas this season has been absolutely lights out on the mound. Or actually, not really. In his second start in Honolulu, he went 7 full innings against the Heat offense, which brought his ERA down from 9 to a 4.5. He went 7 strong, only giving up 3 runs all earned on 13 hits and struck out 4. Looking ahead, we'll come back home on Tuesday, as there will be no game tomorrow, for it is Father's Day intermission, unfortunately. They will be facing the Jailbirds at home. It will be a 2-game series, while on Tuesday, we'll be back at home in Chicago, where they will face the Jailbirds, and then on the road on Wednesday, where they will also face the Jailbirds, and then after that come back home for another one-night stand against the Baltimore Ospreys, and then you know the drill. The next game, which will be, I believe, on next week's Saturday, we will be in Baltimore. And for the Rebels, they will take on the Ocala Orbit on the road starting on Tuesday, and then they will come back home. They will be back here in Truist Park on Wednesday to take on the Orbit once more, and then yep, you know the drill. They will go back on the road for the Firebirds, only to come back home the next game against the Firebirds. Well, that concludes our pregame part here on SESN, and now I will introduce you to my co-host, and he will call the majority of the game today, at least 7 innings. Take it away, Capitalist.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Capitalist speaking here. Thank you, Morgana, for a brilliant pregame show. Bands came asking when is first pitch. First pitch is announced actually right now, 8 o'clock Eastern time, local time. It is in fact 8 o'clock, and We have a couple people turning into the ballpark now. I think the team buses were a little late to the stadium. While we have some time, let's talk about some scores from today's World Cup fixtures. It was the morning game, or the noon game. Netherlands took on Sweden. Sweden had beat Tunisia 5-1 in their opener, and then they lost 5-1 in their second game. The Netherlands are in first place in the group. In Group E, the first game of the day was Germany and the Ivory Coast. Well, the Ivorians started out early. It was that man Kessie with an opening goal in the 30th minute, right after the first hydration break. We didn't have anything happen until the 68th minute. Dennis Undav had come off the bench and he scored. And then, with the 4th minute of stoppage time in the half, Undav, that man from Stuttgart, scores again, and it's 2-1 Germany, your full-time score. Well, let's talk about what's currently across the wire in Major League Baseball. Some finals have already concluded. Yes, sir. In Detroit, the Tigers beat the White Sox 4-1. They scored 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 3 in the 7th to take back the lead after the White Sox had opened the scoring in the top half of the first. At Wrigley Field in Chicago, the Blue Jays trumped the Cubs 8-6. Toronto scored 5 in the 8th inning. Kazuma Okamoto with the go-ahead home run. In Arlington, Padres beat the Rangers 6-4. Another late inning heroic performance, this time coming in extra innings. Padres scored 3 off that ex-Diamondback pitcher Joe Ross, and they held on to win 6-4. In Atlanta, in real life, it was another late inning performance, this time by both teams. Atlanta walks it off in the bottom of the 9th. Ozzy Albies is the hero of the day. The Braves won 4-3. And then, let's see here. At Tampa, Washington Nationals beat the Rays 4-3. A run was traded each in the 9th, but Mitchell Parker, Brad Lord, and company finished a abbreviated start by Cade Cavalli. I think he only went 2 2/3 of an inning. In Miami, Marlins beat the Giants 6-3. Herberto Hernandez had a 2-run home run. That's the big hit of the game. At the Bronx in New York, the Yankee Stadium, the Reds thumped the Yankees 10-2. They got 6 runs on Will Warren, 2 of which were earned. And that is Will Warren's first loss since May, I believe. Not May, excuse me. Yes, May is right. Early May. Other scores right now: Phillies 3, Mets nothing. Phillies batting in the 2nd inning. Guardians 3, Astros 1. Astros batting in the 3rd inning. And your other games to play today: the Angels will play the Athletics after a thrilling extra inning game yesterday. Red Sox will play the Mariners. Pirates will play the Rockies. And Baltimore will play the Dodgers. The final game: Minnesota Twins and the Arizona Diamondbacks. So those are all the Major League games today, as everyone is finally ready to have baseball here in Atlanta. Both teams are mostly here, missing Leonidas, probably finishing up his BP. Kate is here today. He missed yesterday, PM for Atlanta. Grover Garden is not here, in a shocking turn of events.
And let's hope it stays that way. As we're waiting
Yes,
for
indeed.
the first pitch underway, we are. I mean, you know the drill. It's always delayed. It'll never almost start on time. When it says 2 o'clock, but this is really like the NBA. It says it starts at 7 o'clock, but they got to do the anthem and the lineup.
And the lineup, yeah.
And then they got to like sing a song and have the fans get to their feet, and then they hold the ball at the for the tip off for like 5 minutes, and everyone's like screaming, and then they do it. So we're waiting. That's basically what's happening right here. I think something that was interesting yesterday that Leo brought up in the post-game interview is that Capital is only limited to 16 to 23 games, which means that they will have to use him strategically. I mean, you can't use him for almost every game, but you should definitely think about what games you will use for him. He said that, or Leo said that Capital will probably be sitting for all of the Doosan games, I believe, and any other team we can think of that he'll probably be sitting.
I would guess maybe Arizona,
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
Daiko
Philly too.
Nippon,
But well, I mean, we'll take
or
it
Hokkaido
game by game.
Nippon, however you pronounce it. Oh, looks like Ninja's out of the hospital.
Well, that's good to hear. I think he actually went to the hospital yesterday.
Oh dang.
Well, we're here in Cheers Park, and we're just about ready to get underway. Starting lineups being exchanged at home plate. We were supposed to start 6 minutes ago,
Well, better late than never.
I guess.
Oh.
As
Everyone got reteamed, I think.
oh,
I saw Bvllinger jumping around home plate here and he disappeared.
uh-oh.
Oh, he's back. Uh-oh. This is the one way to start their broadcast.
Looks like they're. What are they doing?
Doing the icky shuffle. Oh, by the way, Leo said that your microphone was a little
Yeah,
quiet.
I turned it up.
Yeah, okay.
I think this should be better now.
So let's see. I'm gonna run over and see who we got. We got Cade. I think Lucas. Lucas is here. Vicky Roseanne had a good game off the bench. Avercore had a good game off the bench. Blocky Joker's here. Season 28 Rookie of the Year. Let's see who else is here. Silverfish. Tumultuous final at bat. Jose Altuve is here. DiMaggio is here. Another Season 8 IPU player in that. Over here on the Chicago. We got BB8. Got Notre Dame, GoYankee. The gang's all here. Sakara is making a second game in a row. Kaz is in the corner of the dugout. It looks like we're going to have baseball here in just a minute. Notre Dame is stepping off. He's going to lead off tonight. We're going to make sure to get in the home plate. My shift P is broken. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Here. I'm gonna quickly rejoin. I hope I won't miss anything. Faded Eli, as you know, the announced starting pitcher, as I joined the wrong server. I joined League Server 2. That's where Honolulu and someone else are playing. I don't quite remember, actually. That was a mistake. Well, we're back here in League Server 2. Notre Dame has yet to see a pitch. Here comes the first pitch from Faded Eli, and it's popped in the air, sky high, playable. And there is quickly one down here in the inning. So up steps GoYankee. Yankee with that big home run, his set one of 2 hits in that game, homered and singled. As I am back here, get the fielding alignments when they come to us. Faded Eli making probably his first start of the season. 1/3 of an inning, a strikeout in his other pitching appearance. As GoYankee takes strike 1, I don't think he even... Well, he did move for it, just a little bit. Here comes the 0-1, and it's in there, called strike. GoYankee not taking the bat off the shoulder. And down goes Yankee for strike 3. He looked at 3 straight strikes in a row. And he didn't swing at one of them. Well, here is Capital. He will play today. Deliberately rested last night. Was sitting behind home plate with the staff roll on. Plays a very dependable first base. We saw that a lot in spring training as he takes ball 1 lone away. First ball of the game thrown by Eli. Looks like got some other people pulling into the ballpark. Yam is here. Bernie's is here. They're waiting for their games to start. They have the 9 o'clock Eastern start. As Capital fouls that one out of play into the dugout. Clanks the roof a little. I saw a couple of the players cover their head. That's why they have gloves. Well, here comes the 1-1. Oh, Eli didn't like it. He steps off. Count still remains at 1-1, of course. Today is a good day for activity. I'm overhearing from some of my friends on some of the other teams that they don't have many check marks for their games, so they were hard pressed for some players off the bench to deputize. So it's 2-1 on Capital. I believe San Francisco and Honolulu both had issues, and they might be playing each other. Here comes a 2-1. It's in there for a called strike 2. So after the Notre Dame first pitch pop out, these Ravens have been very passive at the bat. Here comes a 2-2 from Eli. And it's Heinen, ball 3. Count is full at 3-2. Payoff pitch on its way. Here it comes. And it's belted right center field. That ball is going to leave the park. It is out of here. Oh, a home run for Capital into the Ravens bullpen here in Atlanta. And we already have a 1-0 lead for Chicago. Just like that. Oh my goodness. He crushed that thing.
Well, if you're Eli, that is certainly not the pitch you want. You had him at 2 strikes. You had him at the ropes. You were looking for the K, and you were looking to put away the team, and yet you keep this inning alive and let them score a run.
Well, the bell of the inning cannot save Eli. Gives up the solo shot with 2 outs here in the top half of the first. Leonidas stepping in. Old Leo, oh captain, my captain. 2 for what? What's that? If he's 1 for 6, he's 2 for 12. As he takes strike 1. Well, he's had a single in his second game, and that big home run in his third game. He probably should have more hits, but grow a garden. As he checks and does not go around, says the third base umpire, who does not exist. Ball 1. Here comes that 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swung all the way through that one. Fooled with the off speed. And we go to 1-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Leo for the 3rd out of the frame. But not before Capital belts a solo shot. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. None left. First inning of work for Eli. We go to the bottom of the first. Your Mechanics Bank score is the Chicago Ravens 1. And the Atlanta Rebels nothing. We briefly pause 10 seconds for Station ID. This is SCSN, covering Ravens baseball, the Southside Electronic Sports Network. So Leo, as was the announced starter, he actually announced it himself on the air in the post-game interview yesterday night after the game. It was no mistake. He was going to start, and start he does. Ninja is in the starting lineup. We'll give you those fielding and fielding arranged for both teams, as the player manager Cade steps in, first batter here out of the gate for Atlanta. And he hits that one left center field. It looks like, I think that's GoYankee. He was a little slow to get to the ball. Might be a double here. Cade rounds first, heads to second. The throw comes in. It will not be cut off, and Cade is there with the stand-up double. GoYankee most certainly was tabbed out, as Bernie's predicts superbly. Well, up steps Belly. The 2 good friends back-to-back here. In there for a called strike. It's Sakaro catching after pitching 3 innings of bulk relief yesterday. Leonidas, of course, has said that he will start some games once we have to go to a 3-game rotation, as the count is evened at 1-1. Atlanta players giving GoYankee a little bit of razzing here for his lack of fielding prowess. Avery Core heckling off the bench. Lucas heckling off the bench. Akarius swearing like always. Here comes the 2-1. Inside, 3-1, pitching very carefully to Bvllinger. Jose Altuve, another dangerous bat, is on deck. And that is hit weakly to third. Ninja has it, and there's going to be a little bit of an... Oh, he threw the ball to first. And not... Oh! I guess he was trying for the double play. I thought they were going to try to get the lead runner there. It's just going to be a simple 5-3 Ground out, no fielder's choice. It wasn't a force. And up steps Jose Altuve. So it could have been 2 outs. It could have been a runner on first, 1 out. It's a runner at second, still 1 out. At least you got the out, as that is popped in the air. Chr is circling underneath it. He stops and makes the catch, and Jose Altuve has passed away in the batter's box. 2 outs in the inning. Just got underneath that one would be an understatement. As up steps Icarius. This is a very, very dangerous heart of the order 1, 2, 3, 4. Be good if Leo gets out of it without any damage. He kicks, he winds, he delivers. Swing and a miss. Icarius over the top of that one. Strike 1. With the solo shot yesterday, that was his first of the season. He already has 4 RBIs. There've only been 3 games, mind you. This is the 4th. Here comes the 0-1. In outside, ball 1. Leo is ready. Here comes that 1-1 pitch. And it's grounded weakly to Ninja over at third. And Cade has run out of the baseline. I don't know how to score that. Cade, why'd you have to do that, man? Ground out. Baseline. I'll just say that. Here comes Ninja. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left in that inning for Leonatus' first inning of work for the Ravens. Your Mechanics Bank score after 1 is still the Ravens 1 and the Rebels nothing. Chicago coming to bat here. Ninja leading off. Started at the top of the order these past couple games, but on account of the back, they've moved him down to 5th. Little less motion. As opposed to shortstop, they have him at 3rd as he takes strike 1. Here comes a 1-1 pitch, and it's outside, 2-1. It is his avatar today. Here comes that 2-1 pitch, and check swing in there for a strike anyways. 2-2 the count. So another aggressive pitching display here for Eli, throwing some strikes early. Did have that full count on the home run to Capital, but overall has still been hammering the zone. Deuce is wild here, top of the second. 1-0 lead for the Ravens, and the pitch. In the dirt, ball 3. And the count full once again. So, he did start out swinging out of the gate, but he's been a little more of a picky eater since. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's up the middle, and Ninja waves through that one for strike 3. Fooled with the off-speeder for the first out here in the inning. And it brings up Jong for gain. Jong came in off the bench and played left field. His stats from last night, as I pulled them up. And he hits that one up the middle, left center field. That is going to get down just a little to the side of the actual gap proper. Batting first and heading second is Jong. Cade is up with the throw. It comes. It will be cut off, and it will not be in time. It's a double here. And Elitski comes to bat with the runner in scoring position. So, good, nice double there for Jong, coming with 1 out here. And it brings up very talented outfielder. He played center field yesterday, but he's been playing left field. He hits that one on a line to short. Icarius snags it out of the sky, and there is 2 down in the inning. So up steps Bvllinger. Bvllinger came off the bench. Let's see. He played he started. He played second and left to get substituted for Settler. Settler, of course, had a hold with 2 innings of good, scoreless relief. Bvllinger taking ball 1. Was 1 for 2 yesterday, singled in the 4th, their first hit of the season. Waves through that one, the count evens at 1-1. So, Eli looking for his first scoreless inning of work. Gave up that solo shot to Capital. Here comes that 1-1 pitch, it's hit. Foul, it just hit the top of the backstop here. I thought it was going to get over. But it is out of play nonetheless, and the count goes 1-2. Eli has him where he wants him. And the pitch. Inside, 2-2. Good discipline there from Bvllinger. The Ravens have been taking most of the balls they've been getting. On deck is Chr. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Eli. He kicks, he winds, he delivers. And it's a weak grounder off the mound. Acarius is there. He throws to third. Oh, he does not get the out. Oh, my goodness gracious. That's gotta be... Oh, it's not an error. Well, it's an infield single for Bvllinger. It extends the inning. Well, Leonidas, Leonidas, excuse me. Morgana, what do you have to say about that one?
I mean, the sure out was at first base. I don't know why they were going to third. That's just a bad decision there by Jose.
Well, as Sakara waves through that one, strike one. Bucky Joker in the chat. He is on the bench today, I think, for the Rebels. Yes, he is. Sakaro playing catcher. Here comes the 1-1. Fouls that one towards Atlanta's dugout, out of play. Did I miss someone in the lineup? I did. I forgot to record an out. Someone popped to shortstop and I forgot to record it. Well, here comes... Oh, Elitski. Jesus. I knew I missed something. This count evens at 2-2. Excuse me, I have to fix my scorecard. 2-2 pitch from Eli. Here it comes. And it's hit right to the second baseman in the shift. Sakaro, very unlucky there, as Eli escapes the blunder without any damage. So, in the frame, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second, and your Mechanics Bank score is still the Ravens 1 and the Rebels nothing. So, pardon that, folks. I forgot to write Elitski into my line score, so I was off by a batter. I was very confused when Sakaro came to bat as the 9-hole, and I wrote him in 8th. Either way, Mason Fire steps in. He had a cycle against... Who did they play the first series? He's a check swing ball one.
I believe
San Francisco or
Philly
Philadelphia?
Surge.
Surge. That's right. Yesterday, Mason went as he fouls that one third base side. Ninja giving chase, but won't get there. In the 4-hole, he went 1 for 4, struck out once, and his lone hit a single. So obviously looking to keep this batting average where it is. Playing right field again today. That's in there for a call. Strike 2. Get you the fielding alignments in just 1 minute. As Leonidas is ready for the 1-2. Here's the pitch. And it's right down the pipe for a called third strike. So down goes Mason for the first out here in the frame. And it's going to be BDF coming to bat. BDF, I believe, playing second today. Who was catching most of yesterday. Was moved around a little bit. Well, as he takes ball 1, we'll get you that fielding alignment. Outfielders left to right, Elitski, GoYankee, and Notre Dame. Infielders left to right, Ninja, Jong, Bvllinger, and Capital. Catching Sakaro and pitching is Leonidas. Here comes the 1-0. And he takes inside ball 2. So BDF, with some good plate discipline here, already has a home run on the year yesterday as he takes strike 1. Yesterday for the Rebs, he batted 5th. He went 1 for 2, came out, came back in, and went 0 for 2. As that is a wasted ball. Makes its way over to the ball boy. We'll still have a 2-1 count here in just a minute. Leo is ready. BDF calls time. He does the cha-cha slide just in front of the batter's box. 2-1 on its way. Here it comes. And he pops it up weakly just behind the pitcher's mound. That might get down. Bvllinger was playing back. The throw to first is not in time. And that is a hustle single for BDF. I had a feeling once it got past Leonidas' range that it was going to get down and might have been a hit. As Bvllinger and Jong are playing in the traditional shift on the infield grass and probably backed up first. I didn't quite catch it. Well, here comes Eric Mai. Eric Mai was held hitless yesterday by Grover Garden. Eric Mai also came on after the game and played goaltender for Roblox and Row Hockey World Tour. He kept a 1-save clean sheet in one of his games. I think it was the semifinal, as Roblox hoisted the Stanley Cup. It's 1-1 count now on the rangy outfielder and the pitch. That's grounded to second. Bvllinger is there. Could be two. To shortstop. A little bit of lag. Over to first. Will make it. Not in time. It lagged through Jong's glove. They'll still turn. One out there. Fielder's choice. 4-6. And Eric Mai reaches first for Vicky Roseanne, who came off the bench in the 7th position in the batting order for the 4th substitution. And went 2 for 2, which is a very good day as Vicky takes ball 1. Was wearing a very stylish hat yesterday. Seems to have changed their avatar. I like the old one much better. But either way, here comes the 1-0. Inside 2-0. So Leo is pitching around these batters early. He almost had a 3-1 count on BDF. Instead, BDF blooped that one for the infield single. Here comes the 2-0. Inside again, 3-0. So Leo might have missed the zone on that one, and we'll have another hitter's count. Batter on deck is the pitcher, Eli. Here comes the pitch. And that's swung on a miss, strike 1, so Leo was definitely not looking to walk there. Yet to have a walk on the season. Chr has walked a batter. It was a real walk, not an intentional one. Here comes that 3-1 pitch, and it's down the pipe, strike 2. Vicky was not ready for the fast one. And the count goes full at 3-2. 2 outs, runner at first. We're in the bottom half of the second. The Ravens are still leading 1-0 on the back of Capital's solo shot. The payoff pitch from the port sider. Here it comes. And it is not swung at for strike 3. Fooled with the off speed. As we go to the top half of the third. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left at first. Leonidas. Another good inning of work as we go to the top half of the third. Ravens still leading 1-0. Notre Dame stepping off. We'll have 1, 2, 3 in the Ravens lineup. Notre Dame, Go Yankee, and Capital. Get you those fielding alignments in just 1 minute. We've almost made our entire way through the Atlanta order. But, of course, we can tell you where everyone's playing, as we know Eli is going to bat 9th, and of course he is on the mound. Someone in the chat saying, tell Nishida to sign me. I do not do signings for Atl, nor do I even know if anyone on the orbit watches the streams, as it's 1-1 on Notre Dame. We've yet to stream a game involving Atl/Seattle, so I wouldn't be surprised. Notre Dame 0 for 1 today, leading off pop to Vicky over at first. We'll get you those fielding alignments as Notre Dame takes strike 2. Outfielders left to right, Eric Mai, Cade, and Mason. Infielders left to right, Jose Altuve. As Notre Dame takes outside ball 2, Icarius, BDF, Vicky, catching Bvllinger and pitching Eli. The 2-2 now, and here it comes. Check swing again. So both pitchers, they started out hot, and since then they've been pitching around. And the payoff pitch is coming quickly. Here it comes, and it's fouled the opposite way, out of play. Jose Altuve giving chase, but was never going to get that one. So Notre Dame has worked the count full here to lead off the top half of the third. Eli is ready. Here comes the pitch. And that's hit right center field, and that will go all the way into the bullpen for it. Oh my God, I lied. I'm so sorry. That's off the wall. I saw Notre Dame bat flip it. I saw that the ball was angled for the bullpen. It's a long single. I am so sorry. Oh.
Hey, that fooled me too. I started playing the horn.
If it feels bad for me, it must feel worse for Notre Dame. He imitates the reliable backstop Lucy. Bat flips a long single off a bullpen wall. Well, either way, here steps up Yankee. He's got 1 on and 1 away. Takes strike 1. Outside part of the zone. Just clipped the corner. As someone with a motorcycle races by my house, here comes the 0-1, and it's high, ball 1. Fast hook. Didn't swing at the bait. 1-1 pitch on its way in just a minute with Notre Dame idle at first. Eli is ready, and he comes to. Here it comes in there for a called strike 2. Go Yankee has only swung at... Actually, he hasn't swung at a single pitch. He took 3 strikes in the first and has taken 2 here. Here comes the 1-2, and it's finally swung at and hit down left field line. Wait, no, he fouled the first strike he got, didn't he? No, or was that another thing? You know what? Doesn't really matter. 1-2 still here. As here comes the pitch. And he takes strike 3 again. So 2 strikeouts looking for GoYankee here. Probably must be second guessing himself. And we'll hope for better at-bats here as we come into the later innings of the game. Well, Capital had a good first at-bat. He belted a solo shot on a full count in the first as he swings to that 1-1. Icy Burgess is here, manager of Arizona, I believe. And he also is a competition committee member, as that's outside ball 1. A competition committee in the IPU, I believe, as that's popped to Altuve at third, who makes the catch on the fly, and there is 2 down in the inning. Well, up steps Leonidas. The batting average, of course, a bit unsightly, but we've only had 13 at-bats for him, excuse me. As he steps in here, he struck out swinging to end the first, his first time up. Well, Bvllinger is throwing down some good pitches for Eli, has worked around the solo shot, almost gave up a second, but it is just a single, as Leo takes strike 1 on the edge of the zone. Hook that caught that top part. 0-1, and the pitch again. Check swing this time, outside, 1-1. And the 1-1 now, here it comes, it's fouled. Third base side, out of play. Jose Altuve, no chance unless he was the Fordham Flash. Count goes to 1-2, 1 strike away from another good inning by Eli. Here he comes. And that is swung on and missed. Leo just couldn't line up the bat with that one. And we have another strikeout for Leo as we end the top half of the third. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Eli perhaps very lucky that Notre Dame's leadoff hit was just a long single off the bullpen wall. We go to the bottom half of the third, and your Mechanics Bank score remains put at Chicago 1 and Atlanta nothing. Atlanta coming to bat here with Eli, the pitcher, trading places with Leo. Batting .375 on this early season. He was in and out of the lineup yesterday as he swings and misses. In the 7th position, this is Acarius' fault. Eli grounded out for his first out in the inning. DiManju replaced him at first. Did not get a hit as he grounds that one to Bvllinger, who takes a second and collects and throws, and Eli is out with the first out of the inning. But to finish the story of his day yesterday, so he went 0 for 1. Then he came out. Then he came back in. And he struck out. And then he came out for Vicky Roseanne. I apologize to Vicky. Vicky was 1 for 2 that day. It was Ava Core who was 2 for 2. It's 0-1 on Cade. Cade, as the lineup flipped over, doubled to open the Atlanta batting register as he takes outside. And the count goes even at 1-1. A lot of 1-1 counts today. A lot of 2-0 counts. Here comes the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch now to Cade. And that's hit well, left center field. That's going to get down by Alitsky, and he fell over. Rounding first and heading second is Cade. He had no chance of getting that ball. I don't know why he dove. Who gets the ball, and it's another double for Cade. Well, Cade hits bombs. Not yet. Cade belts doubles, and here's a man who's hit a couple bombs already. It's Bvllinger. 0 for 1 today. He grounded third at first. Very interesting by Ninja, who was probably trying to get the lead runner. As that's hit well center field, and GoYankee is tabbed out again, and that is going to get down, and that might score a run. Cade is already heading to home. It's a long single for Bvllinger. It's an RBI single for Bvllinger, and the score is now 1-1. Well, I don't know if Yankee would have caught that out there in center field, but I do know that that run probably shouldn't have scored. Eli says, "Thanks, Mickey. Dash pass stays." I don't know what that means. Dash pass. That's DoorDash, probably. Either way, Altuve, as he takes a couple practice swings here. He's 0 for 1 today. He popped foul to catcher and had a heart attack at the plate. 0-1. Bvllinger saying, as you can read it for yourself. Golden Icaria says, "Let's explode on Leonidas." You can decide what that means, as Altuve takes strike two. Yesterday we had the call of the game by Morgana with some off-field extracurricular. He was talking about switch hitters. That one got a little bit of a jeer here in the booth. Here comes the 1-2 from Leonidas. The pitch. Hit weakly. He reached out for that one. That's going to be a ground ball. Ninja. Oh. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, oh, what the heck? They got the out at second. Oh my goodness. I didn't see what happened. I think Capital had the ball. Did he throw to second?
I think it was Ninja. Or, yeah, Capital, after Ninja threw it away. That's an error on Ninja. After he threw it away, Capital had the ball. He actually gunned him down at second for the out. So while
5-3-4?
I think so.
Oh my goodness. Well,
the go-ahead run for the Rebels now only 90 feet away from home.
That's the important part here. Atlanta apparently has made an error in their inning that I missed. It was on Eli. I don't know how that could have happened, as it's 1-0 on Icarius, looking to bat home. The go-ahead run, as Morgana has pointed out. Did Altuve get credited with a hit? As that's hit up the middle, and that will, in fact, score the second run of the game. Bvllinger is in, and Icarius with the 2-out RBI single on the back of some bad fielding. I'm looking at the wrong team. Jose Altuve did get a hit. It's a single, and he's out at second, I believe. As Mason takes strike one. Icarius, now 1 for 2 today. After grounding out, and Cade ran out of the baseline. Here comes the 0-1. That's hit up the middle. And that will get down. Jong is there. Jong will have to throw to first, and that will finally end a tumultuous inning. Unfortunately for Leonidas, the fielding fails him. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Yeah. Swipe to loud, and I am denying that. You can't say that in my chat, dude.
I mean, that is not what you want to see there. Just poor fielding, a bad dive in left field. Yankee tabbed out in center. Ninja throwing the ball away had the chance to end the inning, keep it tied. Instead, you let the go-ahead run scored, and if you're Ninja right now, you really want to get 1 run back.
Well, Ninja certainly has it in him to get that run back, as that is hit up the middle. And that is going to get down past Cade. Rounding first and heading second is Ninja. Here's Cade's throw to second base. It will be cut off by BDF, as Ninja is in safely for a leadoff double. So trying to make amends here in the 4th inning. Rebels now leading 2-1. Jong steps up. He also doubled his first time up in the 2nd. Stranded at third base that time around, as he takes strike 1. Eli here, trying to work around this leadoff double. The 0-1 is outside, ball 1. Better on deck, Elitsky and Ivalut to follow. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's in there for called strike 2. So, Eli looking to shut him down here. Here comes the pitch. Oh, check swing. I don't think he was going to hit that one if he had come around in time. It was high, ball 2. Fastball blew it by him, but missed the zone. Oh, Sorry, I lagged for half a second, I think. Jong for gain, out on strikes. I think that one was in there. First out of the inning, Alitsky coming to bat. Here comes the first pitch. Ball one high. Here comes the 1-0 from the lefty to the plate. And it's in there for a called strike one. So again, a lot of passive batters here for either side. A couple of good swings, of course. Here comes a 1-1. As it's a pickoff that second, Ninja was kind of just there. But nobody airs there, as that is fouled towards Vicky, who makes the catch on the fly, and there is 2 down in the inning. Well, I thought that one got down. Looks like the umpire disagrees. Bvllinger steps up now, and they are, in fact, trying to work around this leadoff double. 2 outs in the frame, and Bvllinger coming to bat. Ninja has not moved off of second base. Here comes the first pitch, swing and a miss. Check down to second is not in time. The ball got away. Well, here comes the 0-1 pitch. Outside. Oh, sorry. In there for a called strike 2, and Bvllinger keeps checking down at second. Ninja not moving that time. Second baseman BDF is in the shift, the bloop shift. Shortstop Icarius holding the runner. Eli is set. Here he comes. And that's outside, ball 1. Check down again. Right center field. BDF makes a diving catch. How about that? Gets the throw into second. Well, that's got to be a record for checkdowns in an at-bat. At this point in the season. Here comes the 1-2. And it's hit to right, where BDF would have been if he was playing normally at second. He's going to get the throw in there. He is safe. There is no one covering home. What was Bvllinger doing? The ball gets away. Oh, my goodness. Bvllinger is at second base now as Bvllinger comes up with the ball. It's a 2-2 ball game. Another run scores as a result of poor fielding. It's an RBI double for Bvllinger. Oh, my goodness.
So poor fielding giveth and poor fielding taketh for both teams. I think we're watching a Little League game or something. This must be IPU. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell you myself. I think the St. Louis Archers have fielded better as Vicky covers that one, steps on first. That will end the inning. Well, another run has scored as a result of some bad fieldsmanship. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. Score is now tied at 2-2 as we go to the bottom half of the 4th. I can't blame the infield hit on BDF. He was playing in the bloop shift. That's what you do with 2 outs usually. And he came in and he made a pretty good throw. He almost got Bvllinger at first, who was hustling down the line. That's good hustle from Bvllinger. You got to give the credit there first. Well, I don't know why Bvllinger was running up the line from catcher. No one came to play home for him also. Maybe perhaps a little bit of unexpected shifting. As here comes the 0-1 BDF. It's in there for a called strike 2. Pitched around in the first inning. The first at bat, Leo has really thrown it to him now. BDF was calling out Leo for throwing balls. He thought he was trying to walk him. I don't think that was what Leo had in mind. Here comes the 0-2. That's hit down the left field line. Ninja is there. Make a good snag over his head. And there was 1 down in the frame. Eric Mai steps up now. He grounded into fielder's choice his first time up. Second to shortstop, could have been 2, but it lagged through Jong's glove. As Eric Mai is dancing around, he steps in. Fans here at SCSN remember him when he was a Raven, Season 8 IPU Raven, PM. Hit that beautiful solo blast in the first tiebreaker game. That wasn't his only hit, of course. I think he went 2 for 2 that game. Went maybe 0 for 2 or 1 for 2 the day after, as that's outside. Or the game after, excuse me. 1-1 now on Eric. and took a hard-fought series loss to Miami in the World Series. As that's hit left center field, that is going to get down in front of Bvllinger. He dives and another one gets by him. Rounding first and heading second is Eric Mai. GoYankee is up with the ball. He throws it in towards third. And another lapse of fielding as Vicky Roseanne comes up. The slugger from Siam. Batting 2 for 3. What the heck? I swear to God that... You know what? Don't mention it. I guess they did go 2 for 2. Here's the pitch from Leo. And Vicky takes ball 1. So Eric Mai at second. After the ball got past the lead ski in left field. That's probably his first bad fielding play of the season. He's been playing a very good left field. Has robbed a couple hits. He's got some throws in very well. Vicky takes ball 2. Both pitchers are working up their pitch count early on as that swung on a miss, strike 1. Got Vicky to swing over the top of that one a little late. Here comes a 2-1 from Leo. Fouled the opposite way, and the count goes even at 2-2. That one's hit into right field. Eric Mai was running fast. He's not going to get home here. The throw comes in at first. Oh my goodness, Notre Dame gunned Vicky in right field. From right field. Sorry. Oh, gosh. That sucks for Vicky. Well, as Kaz says, Ballard in the big 26 as Eli fouls that one out of left field side. Notre Dame with the first outfield assist of the game. Guns Vicky at first was playing pretty... No, he wasn't playing too shallow, but he ran in fast. Here comes the 0-1 to Eli. Take strike 2. Eric Mai dancing off of third would be the go-ahead run once again. He's there at third. He did get a hit, but he's there at third because of a poor judgment by the outfielder. Well, Eli waves through that one, and that is strike 3 in the frame. No runs on, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We hold put at 2-2 as we go to the top half of the 5th. At this time, we'd like to thank our primary sponsor, Carl's Clam Chowder, the creamiest clam chowder in the Pacific Northwest. If a Ravens pitcher strikes out 12, you will get yourself free clam chowder at Carl's. Carl's Clam Chowder, lobster bisque, and house-made oyster crackers. Well, Leo has only 2 strikeouts on the day. His counterpart, Eli, is in much better clam chowder shape. It's 6 strikeouts on the board for him. We hit 7 total in the season. As he looks for his 5th inning of work, Notre Dame takes strike 1, hit a monster of a shot off the bullpen wall. Well, unfortunately, it was the one in play. It was a long single. He's hit that one. Sorry, got my tongue tied. He hit that one down the left field line and got to the corner. Eric Mai's up with it. He's going to throw it to third. It's going to be a stand-up double for Notre Dame. Well, he is on a tear to start off this season. And Leo, who drafted him for 2 PM seasons in a row, he was originally a season 27 Sonic, got traded mid-season. Feeling pretty good about picking Notre Dame again as Yankee takes ball 1. Apologize about that. I knew where the ball was going down, but I must have been trying to say 2 things at once. As Eli comes with the 1-0 pitch. Check swing in there for a strike anyways, 1-1. One pitch from Eli. Here it comes. In there for a called strike 2. Well, GoYankee has struck out looking 2 times today. Has probably only swung at 1 or 2 pitches. And, he just took strike 3 again. That's a hat trick of strikeouts backwards. That's the first out of the inning, and Capital comes to bat. Well, GoYankee is not got to be too pleased about 3 strikeouts, as here comes the first pitch. Capital is grounded up the middle, and it gets through the box, and it gets into Cade's glove in center field. The throw comes to third. It will not be in time. Runners are at the corners here in the top half of the 5th, and only 1 away. And that player manager himself, Leonidas, coming to bat. We'll see what the infield shifts. Jose creeps in a little bit at third. Leonatus, for those who don't know, a proponent of small ball. Altuve has crept in a little more here. Notre Dame is not taking a lead at third. First pitch to the cap is taken inside, ball one. So Eli might not give him many good pitches here in this at-bat, trying to avoid a squeeze play. Only the third baseman and first baseman stays back. Here comes the 1-0. And Leo swings, and that's going to drive in a run on the sacrifice fly. Cade is there to make the catch. Capital took a little bit of a lead. The throw will come into home and will, of course, not be in time. Notre Dame scores. Leo, they were expecting a sacrifice bunt. He flips the script. It's a sacrifice fly, and it's a 3-2 lead for the Ravens. Here comes Ninja. Leadoff double. His last time up was he scored in that inning in the fourth. Scored when Bvllinger beat out an infield single and the ball got away. As that's in there for a called strike. Well, I have to say that someone's going to be reading the T-Bucks fielding guide after this game, as that is ball one. On deck is Jong, 1 for 2 today with a double. Ninja 1 for 2 himself, same stat line reversed. And add a run for Ninja. As that's hit down the left field line, and that is going to get down in front of Eric Mai. The second is Capital. He is not going to go to third. He was thinking about it. He took a couple steps after he rounded second, but he stopped very wisely as that throw got in very fast. We have runners at second and third here, and Jong is threatening to put them in. He himself stranded at third in the second. Will not want to repeat that. Sorry, what the heck? I swear to God there was... Oh my God. I said it was a double. It's a single. I'm so sorry. As that's hit in the air, second base. And that will do it in the inning. I apologize. Ugh, that's not a good look. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. As Jong's pop-out ends the inning with no further scoring. The Ananas with the go-ahead sacrifice fly there in the frame, and we go to the bottom of the 5th, and the score the score is now 3-2 Chicago. Oh, talk about a bad day in the neighborhood for everyone all together. Bad fielding and bad commentating. Well, here comes Cade. Cade is 2 for 2, uncorked 2 leadoff doubles, 1 in the first, 1 in the third. He scored on the 1 in the third when Bvllinger RBI singled him home right after. BDF is out here for... Oh, sorry. BDF is back in the game as Cade hits that one up the middle, and that is not going to get down. What the heck am I saying? That was obviously going to get down. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. Well, they were playing 4 outfielders, I believe, as Jong comes trickling in back into shortstop. Knowing that Cade has a reputation of tearing the cover off the ball, that one just a single that got down in center field as Bvllinger takes ball 1 inside. Altuve to follow and on the on-deck circle, and Icarius will be after that. Ooh, I need to check and see if I have a fever after this. That might be the cause of my poor commentating. Here comes the 1-0, outside 2-0. Sakar putting him down for Leo. A lot of them have been these pitching around situations. Here comes a 2-0, and that's in there for a called strike. Well, Bvllinger would certainly love to turn this game around once again. We've had a couple lead changes here already, all in 1-run margins. Looking for his 3rd home run in the season. Here comes a 2-1 in there for a called strike 2. Evens the count. The deuce is wild here in the bottom half of the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, 1 on here. Ravens leading 3-2, bottom half of the 5th. And the pitch. Hit up the middle, and that will get down in front of Yankee. That one hit weakly, but the same result. Single to center field. The ball comes in towards third. And we have runners at first and second for Atlanta, and Altuve coming up to bat. So he singled and was thrown out third to first to second. 1 out, by the way. Only 1 out in that situation. As Altuve takes outside ball 1. 1-0 on its way, and here it comes. Hit right field. That is going to get over the head of Notre Dame, and that will tie this game into May. Driving another run. In to score is K. To third is Bvllinger. To second is Altuve. The throw comes. It's not in time. Altuve slides and is safe. A game-tying double here for Jose Altuve. And there's runners now at second and third. And Acarius certainly one to bat them in. Well, we have another tie game on our folks here. It's 3-3, bottom half of the fifth. Ravens went up 1-0. Rebels tied the game, went up 2-1. Ravens tied the game, then went up 3-2. As that's hit up the middle towards GoYankee in center field, who makes the catch, but that will score a run. Both runners tagging here. Altuve will head to third. Bvllinger is in to score, and the Rebels now lead by a score of 4-3. So sacrifice fly does the job. And there's still a runner, and there is a runner at third still, and only one away. So any ball put in play with a good chance to score, Jose Mason takes strike one. Jeez. So 2 RBI sacrifice flies in this inning, 1 for Leo and 1 for Acarius. BDF's asking for Leo to take off his antlers. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. Altuve crashed, and there is no one at third.
Yep,
So
a big second out there. It doesn't really count as an out, but I guess it really is an out.
Yeah, they do call it an out, unfortunately. So base is now empty and 2 away. Leonidas is back. Still got antlers on, but not white, just purple. So everything is happening here today. I'm slurring my words. Outfielders and infielders alike are making errors. It's a messy day here in Atlanta. Here comes the 0-1. Check swing in there for a strike, 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch out on its way. Here it comes. That is foul. Third base side. Out of play. Count remains at 0-2. And the pitch that's hit in the air towards shortstop. Jong is there to make the catch and finally end the inning. But not before 2 runs score for Atlanta. It's 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and none left. And we go to the top of the 6th, and your score is now Atlanta 4 and Chicago 3. Well, Elite Ski looking for his first hit today. Misplayed a ball out in left and would love to make up for it with a nice little hit. I'd like to thank our alternate sponsor here, as that's in there for a called Strike One. Hardware Haven, customer first in Tacoma, Auburn, and Kent. As here comes the 0-1, it's inside, and the count even now at 1-1. Here comes that 1-1 pitch that's hit weakly in the air, third base side, and that will get down 1-2. It's going to be 7-8-9 here for the Ravens. Elite Ski, Ivolut, and Sakaro. 2 hits for Ivolut, 2 for 2 today with an RBI, as that's going to be ball 2, count even at 2-2, inside pitch again. Deuce is wild here, leading off in the 6th. Elite Ski, left fielder, batting 7th, here he comes. As that's fouled, third base side, once again, and the count remains put at 2-2. About to have our 9 o'clock Eastern time games. As just a minute, as Elitsky takes ball 3, and the count is full at 3-2. Games at 9 o'clock Eastern. Kaido Nippon and the Chicago Breeze, Minnesota and the Baltimore Ospreys, and Arizona and the Doosan Bears. Here comes a payoff pitch. Fouled, third base side, out of play again. Elitsky is really fighting them off in this at-bat. Here comes a payoff pitch once more. And that's fouled again to the third base side. Count is still full at 3-2. Akari says, get off contact. That very well could be what Litsky is doing. He has fouled off a lot of pitches here. Payoff pitch again. Eli is ready. He comes to the plate. That is hit down the left field line. That is going to get down in the corner. Rounding first and heading to second is going to be Alitsky. The throw, oh my god, sorry. The throw came in quick from Eric Mai. Alitsky was thinking about second. It's just going to be another long single as up comes Bvllinger. So Alitsky says it's in the game for a reason. The contact hitting, that is. Bvllinger 2 for 2 today. A very interesting double in the fourth that scored a run and a single in the second. Here comes the pitch from Eli. And that's fouled the opposite way. 0-1 the count. Very hot day here in the Austin metropolitan region. As Altuve has come back to the game after crashing. As Bvllinger takes ball one inside. Could be dehydrated. That could be what it is. And Bvllinger waves at that one, and he fights off just enough of it, gets it to go foul first base side towards the Atlanta dugout. 1-2 pitch on its way, and here it comes. Swing on and a miss. Strike three. Down goes Bvllinger for the first out in the frame. So Caro, the 9-hole comes up. Now he's 0 for 2 today. He grounded to the first baseman in the fourth and popped to second in the second. Sakaro is getting pinch hit for by Anoma here. So Leonidas makes his first change of the day, withdraws Sakaro moments before he's about to step in the batter's box. Anoma is coming in. Didn't have the best day yesterday, but he's been very good overall in these first 3 games. Pinch hitting here in the 6th inning. Take strike one. Anoma yesterday started the day out in left field and went 0 for 3. John came in, finished the day with the lone single for the men in the second position in the batting order, as it's a 1-1 count now. On Anoma, a different avatar today. He was a Sour Patch Kid, the red one, GoYankee the green one, and Lucy the orange one. So only 1 for 3 here today. Here comes the 1-1 in there for a called strike, low and inside corner, 1-2 the count. So, looking for back-to-back Ks here, looking to fan the pinch hitter. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and it's high, even count at 2-2. Noma looking to reward his manager off the bench as that's hit towards right field. It is going to get down. Mason's going to have to turn around and give chase. To third will go Alitsky. To second will go Anoma. It's going to be a pinch hit double, and there's runners at second and third, and the dangerous Notre Dame coming to bat as the lineup turns over. How about that? Well, Anoma was not feeling good about himself after last night having that bad turn of events. Eli has come in to catch, and Bvllinger is coming to pitch. Eli's stamina has been completely eviscerated here in his first start. He only gets into the 6th inning, 1 out. And we have runners at second and third. Both his responsibility. Bvllinger in relief. We'll get you the line score on Eli at the conclusion of this inning. Bvllinger was part of the rotation and also in relief for the Sonics. He's been hit hard in the first 3 games here. 7.3 ERA, but he does have a win and does have a loss. Atlanta has been playing some high-scoring games. Their Game 3 loss here to Chicago, their lowest. Here comes the 1-1. And Notre Dame takes ball 2. 2 for 3 today. He uncorked a double in the 5th and hit that single off the Atlanta bullpen wall in the 1st. Nova dances off second, and Elitsky at third as Notre Dame swings through that one, and the count goes even at 2-2. So it's a different player. It's Dexter Griffin at third. Vicky comes in a little bit at first. 2-2 pitch on its way. Here it comes. And Notre Dame check swings, and the count goes full 3-2. Check down to third, not in time. Once again, Dexter Griff playing third for Altuve, still on the bench here for the Rebels. Payoff pitch on its way from Belly. Here it comes. And it's hit up the middle, and it's going to get through. This game is tied once again and gets into center field. Anoma turns around. He heads for the plate. It's going to be a close one. The throw is not in time. Anoma scores. Anoma's safe. A 2 RBI single for Notre Dame and a 5-4 lead for the Ravens. Just like that, this game has been turned on its head once again. And GoYankee comes to bat and is looking for his first hit here tonight. Well, Icarius puts a mouse. I think he says that's a Mickey Mouse hit. Notre Dame has hit the ball very well today, and if it indeed you would call that a Mickey Mouse hit, I think he deserves it. He probably deserves a home run. Everyone's saying he's lucky. He did hit that one very weakly, I will say, but it just got through the middle of the infield. Icarius and BDF both couldn't make the play as Yankee takes strike one. He's been taking a lot of strikes today. Mason saying it's a rando. I would disagree. As count now even at 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that's in the first called strike two. Game has slowed down a little bit after that 2 RBI single by Notre Dame. As I put it in the wrong inning also. It was in the 6th inning. So that ends Eli's day, by the way. Both those runs of responsibility as Yankee takes once more the count now even at 2-2. Looking to avoid getting rung out on strikes for what would be the 4th time today. The Deuce's wild pitch from the southpaw as he steps off. Bvllinger's ready. Here he comes. And GoYankee is called out on strikes for the 4th time today. I honestly don't believe it. Here comes Capital.
That's the Ravens, first golden sombrero of the season.
Yes, the Ravens overall have not been striking out very often. They have not been striking out looking very often. This has been one day for the K. Eli, despite not going very far in this contest, only 5 in the 3rd, did manage to strike out 6. We'll get you the line total in just a moment. Capital 2 for 3 today. Yes. 5 in the 3rd innings, 10 hits, 5 runs all earned, struck out 6, walked none, and gave up a homer. Or was it 11 hits? Bear with me one moment. It should be 11 hits. Faded Eli on his game score, by the way, says 10. There are 12 hits in the game for Chicago. 3 have come in this inning. It is 11 hits. Godzilla is coming into the game here in left field. Eric Mai was removed. We're ready now as Capital takes outside ball 1. So that's Godzilla out in left field for Eric Mai with 2 outs here in the 6th as the count now even at 1-1. Called first strike. Eric Mai finishing the day 1 for 2 with a double. And Jose Altuve finishing the day 1 for 3 with a single. By the way, as that's hit in the air, playable. That might get down in right field in the Bermuda Triangle. No, I think that was BDF who made the catch to take us to the bottom half of the 6th. So it could have been another quote-unquote Mickey hit here as Ninja will take the mound in relief. I think he was trolling Leo there. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. 1 left. Bvllinger gets out of the inning, but not before the Ravens take the lead by a score of 5-4. BDF, who made the last out of the inning, caught the last out of the inning, will bat here, leading off in the bottom half of the 6th. BDF, Godzilla, and Vicky, as that's hit down the right field line, and Notre Dame is there to make the catch. He robs a hit after getting a perhaps lucky one. Oh, wow. Well, the Virgin Islander is up. It's Godzilla. Batting for the first time today. Jose Altuve is back in the game, by the way. Dexter will not get an at-bat for Altuve. Oh! He crushes that one to right center field. That one is out of here. That one's in the bullpen. That one is gone. Just like that, we have a tie ball game once again. This time off the bat of Godzilla. It's his first hit of the season. It's his first RBI of the season. It's his first home run of the season. That is his first ever Major League at-bat, I believe. Oh, welcome to the big ones, Godzilla. Welcome to the bigs. We have another tie ball game here, and everything is happening here tonight in Atlanta. How about that? Well, Vicky hits that one in the air, third base side, and we'll head back to the dugout. And that will be the second out of the inning. Leo coughs one up. That's his third home run allowed of the season. First one here tonight. It's been a lot of strings of hitting as that one is grounded weakly towards the third base side. Ninja cuts off Jong. We go to the stretch. The game is tied at 5-5. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. None left in the frame. Your Mechanics Bank score is the Chicago Ravens 5 and the Atlanta Rebels 5. We briefly pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Chicago Ravens baseball on SESN, the Southside Electronic Sports Network. Brought to you by Carl's Clam Chowder, the creamiest clam chowder in the Pacific Northwest. If a if a Ravens pitcher strikes out 12, you get yourself free clam chowder at Carl's. Carl's Clam Chowder, lobster bisque, and house-made oyster crackers. So we'll get you your early line tallies now for either side, as Leonidas will bat first here in the top half of the 7th. For the currently batting Ravens, 5 runs on 3, 6, 9, 12 hits, no errors, and 7 left on base. For the Rebels, it's 5 runs also on 11 hits. They made 1 error, and they left 4 on base. Leo takes strike 1 here. He's looking for his first hit today. Sacrifice fly in the 5th, and 2 strikeouts swinging, 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 1st. Here comes the 0-1 as Leo check swings, does not go around. Even Steven at 1-1. Says the Rebels have 10 hits, but mind you, they do have 11. One of the hits didn't count because Altuve was thrown out on the base paths as the batter runner, according to HGV, but he does have the hit in the game. He does have the hit on my score sheet as Leo takes ball 2. 2-1 on its way. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 2-2 pitch out on its way. And here it comes. The kick, the wind, the delivery. And that's hit weakly towards Vicky at first, and that will be another out. Lead off ground out here for Leo in the top half of the 7th, and Ninja coming to bat. So EE Godzilla just into the game defensively for Eric Mai as he gets teamed for the 2nd time in a row. Just into the game, mind you. In his first Major League at bat, he hits his first Major League homer. Oh my goodness. It ties this game. It's a big homer. Here comes the 0-1 Ninja. Outside ball 1. Challenger on deck and Elitski to follow. Middle of the order here for the Ravens. Looking to retake the lead. Again, it's all been 1-run incrementals. All of our leads, all 1 runs. As it's 2-1 on Ninja. Atlanta scored 2 to make the score 4-3. Then Chicago scored 2 to make the score 5-4. And then Atlanta scored here to even it at 5. Here comes the 2-1. Check swing did not go around 3-1. Hitters count here for Ninja, looking to do some damage. The pitch is grounded towards Altuve at 3rd. The long throw to Vicky is in time for the 2nd out in the inning. And it brings up Jong. 1 for 3 today with a double in the 2nd. He struck out looking in the 4th and pumped to 2nd to end the 5th. Any man that comes to the plate for either side right now, the go-ahead run. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. A big swing, and he swung through it 0-1. Here comes the 0-1, and he takes ball 1. Well, Jong swings at that one, and that is hit on a 1-hopper. Oh, okay. Well, I guess he caught it. To first, Vicky makes another put out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Belly, and the first 1-2-3 inning recorded by a Rebels pitcher. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left, and we take you to the bottom half of the 7th, and your score is still 5-5. GoYankee is in to pitch now. Anoma is in at catcher. GoYankee at first. We'll get your fielding lineups in just a minute. I think Leo is... Where is Leo? He's somewhere. He's at catcher. Okay. Anoma heads out to 2nd base. Bvllinger heads into center field. Yankee is in to pitch. Leo is in to catch. Those are your fielding adjustments. Leo going to call some pitches here for GoYankee, who did pitch a complete game in the last day of spring training against Doosan, although he did give up 6 runs. As Cade takes ball 1 inside. They've been struggling to pitch to Cade today. He is 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, a single and a run, and 2 runs scored. Looking to make it 4 for 4. From the overhead windup, the 1-0 is hit in the air, up the middle. Bvllinger is there. Bvllinger is not going to get it. Oh, Cade with another base hit. It's going to be a long single over the head of Bvllinger. I thought Bvllinger was going to catch that, but it got down just a little too fast, just a little too far away. Bvllinger comes to bat. Oh my goodness, he's batting .750. Staring down Leo behind the plate. Steps in here. Ironically, for a man named after Cody Bvllinger. Bvllinger bats right-handed. Bvllinger, of course, one of the finest left-handers in the majors at this point in time. Here comes the pitch. In there for a called strike 1. Wow. Talk about a good day at the office for Cade. 4 for 4. Here comes the 0-1. Outside ball 1. The 1-1 from GoYankee is hit down the third base line, but foul. Just makes the stands here a section deep. What's that? It's like the corner section, so 10 rows. Just barely. The first row is literally 1 seat long. As Bvllinger hits that one left center, but not very far. Jong is there to make the catch behind his head. The throw comes back into first and will not be in time. Cade is back safely. First out here in the frame. Altuve coming to bat now. Missed an inning due to his lag out. Dexter fielded, did not bat. Altuve is back here. That's hit right center field. He completely didn't miss anything. That's down in front of the bullpen. It's going to be second and third. Oh, it might be. Nope, it's not. Anoma got the ball in just in the nick of time before Cade was going to try to score. Runners at second and third, and Icarius coming to bat. Well, Jose Altuve, he didn't have the best day yesterday. He's got back-to-back doubles. Or sorry, he's got back-to-back hits, a single and a double. And they will walk Icarius. So he's sacrifice flew out his last time up. Base is now full. Mason is up. He is 0 for 3 today. Reminder, he did have a cycle already this far in the season. Third baseman, that is Zava, as Mason is out. Infield fly was called, and the pitcher made the catch, I believe. Zava. In for, I need to see who. In for Ninja. Where did Ninja go? I think Ninja had to go. Here comes the first pitch to BDF. Check swing. Strike one, nonetheless. In there for a called strike. So defensive replacement here in the bottom of the 7th. Ninja probably had to go. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. Ninja, for the record, by the way, 2 for 2 with a run scored in his longer appearance today. He missed most of yesterday after pitching the first 3. Here comes the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. They've really been pitching around BDF today. But a reminder, the bases are full. There's no one left to put him. GoYankee making his pitching debut in the season. Comes to the plate with a 2-1. And it's hit foul on the third base line. Out of play. Gets in that corner section once again. Those fans are very lucky tonight. It's 2-2. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases full here. The tie ball game. The pitch is fouled away again to the first base side. That one makes it in a section deep again. BDF staying alive here. Might be using contact swing. Same thing that Alitsky did for his first hit. Here comes a 2-2. He hits that one. That is going to get past Jong. That is going to score a run. The throw comes in a second. It will not be in time. It's station to station. An RBI single for BDF. He beats Jong at shortstop. And up steps EE Godzilla. Oh, this could be some story, folks. As BDF's RBI single, by the way, makes it an 8-5 ball game. The Rebels now lead again. If EE Godzilla, as he swings and misses strike 2, does anything here, it will be the talk of the town. A booming solo shot in his first time up, mind you. GoYankee is ready with the 0-2 pitch, and here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. No dice this time as we end the bottom half of the 7th. But a run does score, even though the bases were left bloated. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 3 left. It's GoYankee's first inning of work. He exits with the Rebels now leading 6-5. Top of the 8th here. Ravens are undefeated on the season. Rebels are 1-2. Eric Maya is back in the game, this time at right field. I have no idea what's happening here. Here comes the 0-1 to Leetsky. 1-1. One and two on Alitsky. As just checking the chat. There's a couple of substitutions. 2-2. Deuce is wild again. Here comes that 2-2 pitch fouled. First base side. Vicky makes another play at first, and there's one down in the inning. A lot of balls hit in the air to Vicky over at first. Jamming a lot of these bats. Avercore says, I guess the auto wind contact didn't work. Well, that's a pretty good heckle. Here comes Ivalut, 2 for 3 today. I highly doubt he was auto wind contacting, though. Not with that hit up the middle. That is popped in front of the pitcher's mound again. And it's just going to be run to first by Bvllinger himself. There is 2 down in the frame. And it brings up a Noma. By the way, for those of you who don't realize, there are 4 outs to go for the Ravens. 4 outs to get for the Rebels. Rebels leading 6-5, top of the 8th and 2 away. This game has actually gone by pretty fast by my stretch. It's going to be an hour and a half in just a minute. Here comes the 0-1, inside 1-1. We did miss the first, I think, about 10 minutes of the game due to delay.
Yeah,
so really, we've only been playing for 80 minutes, but the point still stands, 1-2. They say the Roblox servers are crumbling. Today, I honestly didn't really have any issues. Grower Garden, not too violent today. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's hit in the air, left center. Icarius is there to make the catch in shallow outfield territory. It's another 1-2-3 inning, this time by Bvllinger, excuse me. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left, nobody left. Nobody scores in the 8th inning here for the Ravens. They are still down by 1, 6-5. Vicky Rosanna up 0 for 3 today. Inside ball 1. It'll be Vicky, Eli, and Cade. 8-9-1 in the order as Vicky takes strike 1. Popped line to third in the 6th, grounded right to first in the 4th, and struck out looking in the 2nd as Vicky waves at that 1 strike 2. Here comes the 1-2 from Yankee. Hit towards Anoma at second base, who made it look a lot more harder than it was. Catches it on the fly, behind his head, diving. And there is 1 down in the frame. On 1 on Eli. Started the day pitching. Exited after 5 1/3, giving up all 5 Chicago runs as it stands. Here comes the 0-1. Takes ball 1. Cade hits bombs, has hit 4 today, and will get another chance to bat. We'll try to look for 5 for 5. Here comes the 1-1, swinging him at strike 2. Well, I'm going to wait to see exactly what happened field lineup-wise. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air. Shortstop. Caught in the air by John. That will be the 2nd out of the frame. Cade hits bombs. Comes to bat with nobody on. Yes, he is batting .923. How many times has he got out? Probably like 1. First pitch in there for called strike one. GoYankee is ready with the 0-1 pitch that's hit to left field, but well foul. Cade hits bombs, is 12 for 13. I was right. Here comes the 0-2. Hit towards right field. That's going to get down. He's 13 for 14. It rolls towards the corner. Rounding first and heading second is Cade. The throw comes in, will be one that holds the runner. And he is 5 for 5. Have a day, Cade. Up steps Bvllinger, who is also having a good day himself, 2 for 4. RBI singled in the third and a single and in the fifth, scored on both hits. Jose Altuve on deck would look to bat again. As Bvllinger swings and misses strike one, Rebels would love to take the first two-game lead today. A two-run lead today, excuse me. Would love to have the first win against Chicago in this season, as the count is even at 1-1. And the pitch. Hit in the air. Not playable. And the count goes to 1-2. In the order for Chicago will be 1, 2, 3 Notre Dame, GoYankee, and Capital. So a good 3 to have up in the top of the ninth with one run to get. Here comes the 1-2 inside, 2-2. That is fouled again. And the count still remains put at 2-2. Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, and a 6-5 lead for the Ravens. The pitch from Yankee is taken. Ball 3 and the count full here. Payoff pitch on its way in just a minute. Here it comes. And he walks outside. Ball 4 and Altuve will come to bat. So they pitch around Bvllinger. Leo wanted the ABS. Yankee wanted the ABS. GoYankee says the day after June
it looks like a strike too, but that's only the second walk that this bullpen has given up this season.
Yeah. Both have been walks, by the way. One from Chr yesterday in bulk relief. One from Yankee today in short relief. It's 1-0 on Altuve. 3 balls in a row coming out of the arm of Yankee. And that makes it 4. Ball 4. 4 in a row. If this was college, you know what they would be cheering. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That's popped in the air by the pitcher's mound. Yankee is there. Yankee makes the catch. And we go to the top of the ninth. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 2 left.
Can I do
The Ravens are down to their final 3. Yeah, you got it.
Yep, thank you, Capitalist. As you said, 1, 2, 3. 1 run to get, 2 runs to take the lead, 1 run to even see the bottom of the 9th inning. Well, up to lead it off for the top of the 9th as the Ravens down to their last 9 strikes. It'll be Notre Dame Nerd, hot all day, 3 for 4. Has yet to get home run number 1 though, but hey, he's been finding that gap in left center field. Takes ball 1 up high. Belly has been lights out so far. Despite being blown up in game 1, he has really shut things down in the second and third start as he paints that one a strike. Now Ravens down to their final 8 strikes of the game. Belly has lowered its ERA down to 5.59. And now it's 8 strikeouts on the season. Now Belly gets a sign from Eli, the set and the 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball. Infield, and it's into center field, a base hit. So now the tying run up on first base, and here comes GoYankee. A golden sombrero, which is very unusual for this man, but We all have our down days sometimes. So the tying run at first base, the go-ahead run at the plate. I'm sure Yankee is very mad, especially how his pitching appearance went today. He's looking to drill one into the seats right here. Again, 2 to take the lead, 1 to tie. You do not need to have to be the hero here. You just need to get Notre Dame home. Atlanta fans trying to rally behind Belly. That first pitch on the way, it's inside. A good take by Yankee. On deck will be the first baseman Capital. Again, limited to 16 to 23 games this season. Belly gets a sign. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It paints the outside edge, a strike. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Ravens down to their final 8 strikes. Capital had that solo home run in the top of the first inning. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging, there's a weak ground ball. This could be 2. Altuve gloves it, throws to first, and is not in time. Notre Dame slides safely. Well, Capital flew out their last time up, and they would love another home run right here. Does he have one in the tank? But of course, you do not need to be the hero here. You just need to keep the line moving. Ravens down to their final 6 strikes. The set and the first pitch on the way to Capital. It is up high and inside. What a take. 1-0. So Yankee 0 for 5 today. 4 strikeouts and a pop-out. Not his best day. Certainly looks to see a better day on Tuesday. The 1-0 pitch. It paints that inside edge. A strike. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. The tying run. Notre Dame on first via a ground ball single through the middle of the infield. Now he is 4 for 5 in the day. He is pretty hot. Here comes the 1-1 pitch on the way to Capital. That's inside. Another good take by Capital. So now 2 balls and 1 strike. Capital looking to get another base hit as he calls time to step out the box. Rebels looking to hand Chicago their first loss of the season. Belly gets the sign from Eli from the set, and here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got them all tied up at the curve inside. And now 2-2 here on Capital. The crowd gets to their feet looking for the K. Notre Dame at first base, not taking any leads. He wants to be safe. Here comes a 2-2 pitch in the dirt. What a take. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Notre Dame on first with 1 away. The tension is building. Everybody on their feet. They're trying to scream as Belly disengages from the mound. Didn't like what he got there. But we'll try it again. He gets the sign from Eli. Notre Dame dancing at the bag at first. Here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way to Capital. Swinging, there's a fly ball. Hit out to deep center field. Cade going back to the track to the wall. It's over his head. It's off the wall. Notre Dame to third. Capital to second. And the tying run. No, here comes Notre Dame being waved home. The throw to the plate. Not in time. We are all knotted at 6. Holy smokes. Would you look at that?
Well, the man in the on-deck circle, Leonidas, yelling, "Slide, Kelly, slide!" Notre Dame just beat that throw, and I honestly thought he was out at the plate. It was a great relay from Cade to BDF, and still, nevertheless, Notre Dame with that mad dash from first. And we have a tie ball game just like that. The Ravens could very easily steal it here in the 9th.
Well, I thought Notre Dame was going to be gunned down at home, especially that slow turn at third base, but no, he somehow beat out the thrower. The first pitch on the way to Leo, it's a strike. 0-1. Leo has struggled a lot this season, especially in the first 2 games. He was supposed to have a good 3rd game yesterday, but thanks to some Grow Garden lag, the 0-1 is up high, ball 1. Unfortunately, that could not be true. He did have a 2-run home run that ultimately sealed the victory for the Ravens. But now Capital represents the go-ahead run as Belly disengages. Eyes Capital back to the bag at second. Leo, the player manager, looking to step up right here. Show the Ravens why he is their captain. From the set, here comes the 1-1 pitch. Check swing, it is inside. What a take. Now 2-1 here on Leo. Capital staying kind of close to that bag at second, does not want to have a careless pickoff as Leo calls time to step out the box. Well, we are guaranteed to head to the bottom of the ninth, and after that, who knows where we will go from there. But right now, Chicago would love to get another run right here. Now, Belly from the belt, winds, kicks, and deals a 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul out of play down the right field line. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes with the go-ahead run at second base. Belly stares down at Eli as Leo calls time, a late timeout called, but he gives it to him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leo does not need to overthink this. He needs to put something in play. A home run would be great, but he should not aim for that. Leo looks in, Belly winds, kicks, and deals a 2-2. It is up high. Now full count here in Leonidas. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. Capital represents the go-ahead run. Leo calls time once more to take a nice deep breath. Leo batting average of 133 and OPS of 333. 0 for 3 tonight, looking to go 1 for 4 if you can get a hit right here. Belly gets the sign, the set, and the 3-2 pitch. Swinging through the line drive down the left field line. A fair ball. Here comes Capital. He will score. Leo heading to second. No, heading to first base. And the captain comes through in the clutch. A 1-out go-ahead RBI single. And the Ravens take a lead. It's 7-6 here in the top of the ninth.
Well, maybe you were the lucky charm. I called the first 8 innings, and to the top of the ninth, the Ravens were down by 1. Well, they just got a Bvllinger here in this inning after 2 back-to-back 1-2-3s from the lefty out of the pen. Well, like we've said, Leonidas robbed of his great appearance at the plate yesterday, only 1 for 4 despite Grove Garden stealing, Grove Garden doing Grove Garden things. Well, this is proof that he is back on a tear. How about that for clutch hitting?
And in fact, that single will knock Bvllinger out of the game. Final line score coming to you soon. And now Icarus coming to his second relief appearance of the season. He has a clean sheet, 1 inning pitched with 1 K. The first pitch on the way to Vada. It is inside, ball 1, 1-0. Ravens looking to pour on more right here. And if you ever wanted to be the hero of Vada, now's the time. Actually, no, just kidding. Do not be the hero. Keep the line moving. Leo has done his job. Capital has done his job. Notre Dame has done his job. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Vada. It is outside, barely missed. Missed by a hair and 3 atoms, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes here on Vada. Vada cool, calm, and composed. As Icarus will disengage as he tosses the ball all the way to the backstop. The bat boy will pick it up. He didn't like that one. Gets the new ball now. Leo on first base, representing some insurance. Vada at the plate looking to drive him in. From the set, and here comes the 2-0 pitch on the way to Vada. It is a strike called, 2-1. Ravens were down a run coming into the top of the ninth. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swinging, there's a fly ball. Hit out to left center field. Cade is not going to get there. It drops in a base hit. Leo will stop at second base. Runners on first and second with 1 away. Hey now. As John will step into the box. 1 for 4 today. Boy, a little single will make him 2 for 5 and load up the bases. Icarus winds, kicks, and deals the first pitch on the way. It paints the outside edge, a strike, 0-1. Leo at second, Vada at first. Jong at the plate, looking to smack some insurance in. A 3-run nuke would be nice. The set, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. Outside, good eye by Jong. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. This Rebels lineup has been very gritty tonight, going back and forth with the Ravens as the 1-1 pitch is check swing. It is outside. Another good take by these Ravens. They have been patient in their at-bats this inning and looking to score more. Leo and Vada on first and second, respectively. They are the insurance runs. Capital was the go-ahead run, and he has scored from the set. And here comes the 2-1 pitch to John. Swing, and there's a line drive into right field, a base hit. Then the bases are, oh no, they will put him out. Oh, he is safe. He is safe. I thought they were going to gun him out from third, and instead he is safe. I mean, not third, right field. And the bases are juiced for Elitski. How about that? Bases loaded for the left fielder Elitski. Made a couple of bad dives today, looking to get some payback right here as he takes down low, ball one. Good take by Elitski. Leo at third. Vada at second. Jong at first. If one run can score, that would be very swell for this Ravens team. Now Icarus looks in, winds, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is outside again. Another good take from Elitski. Now 2-0. Jong at first. Leo at third and Vada at second. More insurance runs would be lovely. How about a ground salami? We take that too. Icarus looks in, gets the sign from Eli, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swinging, there's a fly ball to Cade. Will catch it, and everyone will stay. Well, a good throw by Cade to keep Leo at the bag at third. And here comes Ivalu, 2 for 4 today, with a double, a single, and drove in a batter. We'll have to drive in another batter right here. Not necessarily to be a hero ball, a weak ground ball, a weak line drive works the same. If you can hit one down the line, that would be even better. From the set, and here comes the first pitch on the way to Ivalu. It is outside, another good take. First pitch balls have been a big issue for Icarus. He's at 12 pitches already. Icarus looking to limit the damage. 2 runs are in. More could come in though. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Ivalu. Swing and a miss. Got them all tied up on some off speed. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. With 2 away, the bases are juiced. You do not want to have a 66.7% Noble Tiger right here. You need more runs. Icarus stares down Ivalu from the set, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a weak ground ball. This might end the inning. The throw to first, it is in time, and the bases left stranded. The bases loaded, left stranded as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Last try for the Rebels, but hey, guess what? The Ravens take a 7-6 lead. And the relief pitcher Icarus steps into the box as Yankee comes with the first pitch on the way. Swinging, there's a weak fly ball in the infield. Capital is there to make the catch. 1 away here in the inning. And no matter what happens in this game, there will be no post-game show. I do have to leave after this. I apologize greatly. Maybe we'll do a press conference on Sunday. Eric Mai steps in 1 for 2 today with a double. Leo at the backstop after being the starting pitcher. Now Yankee looks in and delivers the first pitch. It's a strike painted on the outside edge. 0-1. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, or 0-1 pitch. Swing a pop-up right to Capital, makes the catch, and there's 2 down here in the inning. And that will bring up BDF. Had an RBI single last time. They have been very careful with pitching to him. Have been giving him a lot of 3-ball counts, a lot of good hitter counts, not necessarily a benefit for the Ravens. They were trying to get him to swing. He did swing. He swung in some important runs for the Rebels. But now Yankee looking to get his first save of the season here. The first pitch on the way to BDF. It is a strike called, 0-1. Yankee gets the sign from Leo. He's firing fast. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Left field. This is dropping. This is dropping. It is caught by Elitski. And that's the game. The Ravens win. The Ravens win. They steal one from the jaws of victory from the Rebels. They win it 7-6 here in Truist Park. This crowd is absolutely appalled. A 7-6 victory for the Ravens, and they head back to Chicago 4-0. How about that?
Well, just like that, just like lightning, the Rebels, who thought they were going to have this lock and key to entering the top of the ninth, just snatched back the lead 6-5. That's some clutch hitting at the death. Leonidas, Capital, Notre Dame with the leadoff single. A couple of insurance hits. You sure they didn't score any more runs after the two hits from Capital and Leo back to back, but just putting enough pressure on the Rebels, putting it in their mind that the Ravens will be hot if they somehow even get to extra innings, and the Rebels just go 1-2-3. In the blink of an eye, it goes again another 2-run swing. No team led by more than 1 run today. How about that?
Yep. And I think you and I can both agree that it was the infield, not necessarily the pitching. The pitching for both teams was pretty good. It was the fielders and their sloppy plays that allowed 7 runs for the Ravens and 6 runs for the Rebels. I think we can both agree on that. The lag did not play a factor today, thankfully. But other than that, I think if both teams could pick up or clean up, their sloppy fielding, then I think they would be A-okay. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, fielding certainly would be one of the talks of the day after the game. Both teams made sloppy fielding errors. I think, yeah, if you clean it up, you'll do much better. Of course, there's no way to do better than 4-0 other than to just keep winning.
Yep. Well, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to say?
Just like to apologize. Slurred a lot of my words, flubbed a couple of calls. Head's not feeling the best myself, actually, funny enough. But should be better. Should be back for. We'll be back, right? Game 5?
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday. Well, again, it was a very exciting game. It's like the. What? There was. I couldn't even count how many lead changes we had, but the answer is a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of
Too many.
good players today. A lot of multi-hit games. Capital hit a home run. Bellinger went. Cade went 5 for 5. Bellinger went 2 for 4 with a walk. I mean, a lot of talk about. I think the Rebels, despite losing today, getting swept, they can hold themselves high. They fought tooth and nail. They just slipped up at the end. I feel very unlucky. Feel a lot unluckier after last night, but they should look good. I think they face Akala next series after Father's Day.
Yep.
So that should be something to look forward to. And remind me who Chicago faces.
And we will see you back home on Tuesday against the Jailbirds. It'll be a one-night stand as we fly to San Fran the next day.
Well, that's about all I have to say.
Yep. Well, there it is, and that's all she wrote. A 7-6 Ravens lead, victory. I'm sorry. Here at Truist Park, they stole one from the Rebels. They were down 5-6 in the top of the ninth, and then tied it up 6-6. And then, hey, Leo, the team captain, showed us why he's captain. Lined a single down the left field line, which allowed Capital to score, giving us a 7-6 victory. Well, that's all from us here at Truist Park. We hope you had a good stream. We hope you enjoyed it. Please follow. Please go check out our other social media profiles to stay updated with all HCBB related news. We thank you for your time and your attention, and we will see you on Tuesday night. No stream tomorrow as it's Father's Day. Have a happy Father's Day, everybody. Good night, and go Ravens.